It is a bizarre situation. Repeat burglars repeatedly set free to loot more homes, which they often do. They are a special group of burglars who are able to walk through a large hole in the law and walk right out of jail. On tonight's special assignment, Tim Maestas digs into a problem that is making homeowners angry and frustrating police.
No one ever wants to come home to this. Busted doors, broken windows, missing stuff. Many times it's the work of people like this.
Sir, are you Terry Cook?
Yes, Your Honor.
43-year-old Terry Cook, in court less than 2 weeks ago, charged once again with burglary. The same charge he's faced in more than a dozen separate cases since the year 2000. But each and every time, the charges were dropped. And the reason is always the same.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Cook does have a long history of mental illness.
They have a built-in get-out-of-jail-free card.
Police say Cook is among a group of repeat burglars slipping through the system because the courts have repeatedly found them mentally incompetent to stand trial.
Yeah, most of the time that is true.
APD Commander William Roseman points to 44-year-old Richard Garcia as another example. A homeowner shot him 6 weeks ago after Garcia broke into the man's Northwest Albuquerque home. You can hear Garcia screaming in the background as the homeowner talks to a 911 operator.
As I looked up, I saw him. He was on the second floor already, coming towards me, and then he said, "Freeze," and he turned around, and I shot.
Garcia's lucky to be alive.
Garcia is facing charges in the case now, but will he ever face trial? Late last year, Garcia had a total of 3 burglary cases tossed out because he, too, was found incompetent. Legal experts say the issue of competence plays a key role in the criminal justice system. A defendant has to be able to understand the legal process and help their attorney. Now, if they're found incompetent but considered dangerous, a judge can send them to a mental facility for treatment. But if they're found not dangerous, like many burglars, the courts simply let them go. It's a reality prosecutors have to deal with over and over again.
Burglary is considered a nonviolent crime. Our statutes right now have what I consider a hole in the process.
Santa Fe has its share of burglars found mentally incompetent, too. The most recent, 21-year-old Luis Aguilar was arrested in March on burglary charges less than a year after he was found incompetent to stand trial in another burglary case.
In your experience, have you found that a nonviolent offender is, in fact, a danger?
Yes.
How common is that?
It's not very common.
Santa Fe District Court Judge Michael V. Hill says it is the norm for nonviolent, mentally incompetent criminals to go free. He says he's tried to do what he can.
You often have family members of this individual in court, and you ask them to please try to monitor their family member.
Can anything else be done beyond arresting these people and ultimately letting them go? Well, some say state law has to change, but what do lawmakers have to say about that?
It would be difficult.
State Representative Antonio Maestas sits on the House Judiciary Committee. According to him, mandating mental treatment for nonviolent people who are never found guilty is a tough sell.
The question is not should we hold these people accountable, but rather should we give the government the authority to medicate people, to house people, or to mandate treatment options for people involuntarily.
Maestas says the better option appears to be improving mental health services in New Mexico to give people like Cook and Garcia the help they need before they break the law. Santa Fe Police Captain Eric Wheeler has another idea: GPS technology.
Then we're able to track where these guys are on a regular basis.
Using GPS to track people found incompetent would take some legal maneuvering, but Wheeler says it's worth investigating.
The reality is that these individuals are out there still victimizing people. They're still breaking into people's houses. They're taking their property.
There's got to be some kind of mental health court that has some kind of jurisdiction over individuals like this.
APD Commander Roseman says police have come to expect repeat offenders like Terry Cook to break the law again.
So it's $75,000 cash or surety.
The most recent case against Cook is moving forward for now, but already his defense attorney brought up this.
He was evaluated at the state hospital last year, and they found him not to be, a threat.
Tim Maestas, KRQE News 13.